Us a week off. It felt absent, my God. But we got Brendan Duarte, Austin Platts, myself, Dylan Corbett, winging it. Jack Duncan coming along as well with his 60 seconds of tea with Jack D. And we got a jacked episode for you because I feel like we got stuff to get to. First, let's start with this because I haven't alerted the guys of this. So the housing market. No, this isn't my house, but I did put in, I just want to talk about how crazy it is. And right now we're going to kind of like improv this because my freaking realtor's been taking forever to call me back. So it might be live and I'm just going to kind of like go in and out of putting him on mute. It'll be fun. We'll improv it. But the housing market is just insane. Brennan, you snuck in. First of all, I'm sorry. We got to pay our respects to Prince Philip. That was the news of the week. RIP. Yeah, I mean, he was worse for the wear, certainly, for the visual audience. I mean, you guys caught that the other weekend. Yeah, but rest in peace. Alive was lost, but he lived a full life, Prince Philip.
Correct. Austin is frozen. I don't know if that's his way of giving a moment of silence to Prince Philip.
But wow, he brought his Wi-Fi to Dallas.
Yeah.
We'll see if he's back here eventually. But basically, so with the housing market, Brendan, and you can kind of attest to this, there he goes. He'll be back soon. So you got in, did you have to encounter did you go through a realtor? I guess kind of give me your whole process. Like, did you have to outbid anyone or was it just straight up like?
No, like I got extremely lucky. I looked at this place. I was the first person to look at it the morning it went on the market. And I put in a bid for asking price pretty much immediately, and then they took it. The people who lived here before me, I guess, had been moved out of here for a few months prior, and were just looking to get rid of it
right
as soon as possible. So like I said, I got pretty lucky because from my understanding, you as well as a lot of other people have had a pretty difficult time buying a house right now.
Right. So it's basically kind of an update is we couldn't even get into a house without our realtor already saying, yeah, there's 10 offers on this house. So like we couldn't even like the house we're walking into because we're like, okay, Jesus. So that was probably, I think, March. And then maybe end of March, beginning of April, we had we could get into the house and then we put a bid. 10 offers. We got outbid and we went $50K over and we got outbid.
Oh my Lord.
Then we got so we kind of felt like we had negotiating power. We found this house. It had been on the market for like 20 days, which were like everything's lasting a day. As you said, like day zero, when it goes on, you're there. And this one had been there for a couple weeks. And it's like, what in God's name is going on here? So we kind of not lowballed them, but we're like, we think this is where our price is at. We thought we were going to get it. They denied us. Boom, it sold today. I was like, shit. But now we just put in a strong ass offer on the house of our dreams today. So fingers crossed again. Hopefully the realtor will give me a call here. But what have been some of the perks of you living in your owned home?
I mean, just not having to worry about like answering to a landlord and just knowing that, if I ever want to sell this, I can, or if I ever want to rent it out, I can. Just the fact that I'm not throwing money away every month when I go to pay my mortgage, it's like an investment instead of just giving it to someone else. That's probably the best feeling.
Yeah, and it's one that tears me up once you get out of it is like, because now I'm going back to renting. I'm just like, this is an absolute scam. Don't know where Austin is at. We are checking to see if he is coming back, but we are trudging through with Brendan Duarte and myself. Dude, is Soulja Boy back?
Why do you say that?
Dude, his new song, like he only had Crank That, and now he has got that song that is literally trending all over TikTok. And I think he's back.
Heard it? Well, he has a lot of other songs other than Crank That. He had
She make
Kiss
it
Me
clap,
Through the Phone.
Platt. Yeah, true. But this one, I feel like people that are using it on TikTok might not even know who Soldier Boy.
Okay, I know that song. I didn't know that was Soldier Boy though.
Yes, dude.
Okay.
I didn't know it either. And then I think he literally came out on TikTok with his own dance to it, and now everyone's doing it.
I love any Soldier Boy interview ever. Do you remember the interview? It might have been the Breakfast Club. I don't remember when they were questioning him about Drake. And he was like, Drake? Drake? He was trying to convince everyone that Drake stole his flow and stole his bars. He's a fucking character.
Dude, I feel like we're gonna knock out all these topics. Should we wait for Austin? Because speaking of stealing shit, have you been following the New Main scandal?
Yeah, the TikTok guy, right?
Yeah, so kind of explain it for someone who doesn't really know who New Main is, just the general basic of what's going on.
Well, I just found out about it today, so you probably know more than you. Explain it.
So basically, this is the guy that me and Brendan have found funny. And so again, TikTok evolved from, it's just people dancing to, there's some serious comedy on here, to things can trend. Music is accentuated through TikTok. You can learn different stuff on TikTok. It's very the app is just absolutely incredible. But, so this guy's pretty funny. He's posting this stuff where it's just basically a viral video. It's a trend. It's a 60-second video. It's a lot like Vine, where shit's very funny in short, condensed videos. And he was so funny. He gets all of a sudden, and it's also one of the fastest growing social media apps where Twitter, you're grinding to get to a couple 100,000, etc. TikTok, the algorithm will help you to where you can just go from 0 to 1 million like that. But people were pissed because it came out that he was stealing all these people's videos.
Yeah. So that, I guess he was, just stealing skit ideas from people and just not crediting them. And he has such a large following that, people were. He
was blatantly passing it off as himself. Yeah. Yes, it was ridiculous. So that was something. Speaking of scandals, we'll find Austin. We'll break Winging It here. Brendan Duarte, Dylan Corbett, Austin's Wi-Fi. We'll all be back. Okay, we got things figured out. Can you blame us? We took a week off. We're a little rusty. Austin Platts is back. Let's get the quad box going. We got Jack Duncan here, so it's going to be fun. We'll get rid of our topics, and then we'll get right into some tea. We were wrapping up with our awkward moment of silence for Prince Philip. But yes, he did pass away. Jack, what'd you make of Prince Harry? It's kind of... it's a tough time to be mending fences right over the death of a relative, but you think there's an outside chance he might kind of get back into the good graces of the royal family?
Yeah, I don't know. I think he definitely had to go back. I wonder how they feel about Meghan not going with him, or if that was
they kind of had an excuse because she's pregnant.
Oh yeah, she can't travel. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they probably will not try to make it about themselves, and it'll just be about old Philly.
Right. Austin, how was Dallas?
Dude, I absolutely love it. I'm not gonna lie. Expensive weekend to say the least.
Yes.
But made it right back in crypto today.
Yes, my God. We'll save that for later in the week. But yeah, Bitcoin a new all-time high. The stock market today. Love it.
But yeah, it's awesome. It's better than we even imagined.
Dude, I saw you at a fire brunch on Sunday. I'm like, okay, you're not in Dallas if you're not doing brunch on Sunday at a fireplace with good weather.
There's this place, the Standard Pour, that we went to. They have this signature drink called the Joe Cool. They're like $11, and yeah, let's just say we had a lot of them.
That is. Houses purchase or not purchase, sorry. Bid is there. Talk to my realtor, so we got that out of the way. So we are free flowing for the rest of the way here on Winging It. So good to get these guys back. Do you guys have any funny drug slang terms? The reason I thought of this is just because I think, now that weed is more popular and just the notion, the word kush is so funny, but there's just so many derivatives of that will make me chuckle. The one that really got me though was for cocaine, and it was labeled nasal basil.
Did you search these on Google?
No, but come on, kush, the devil's lettuce.
What about jazz cabbage?
There we go.
What about vegetation?
Yeah, veggies. That good.
I know someone who calls cocaine. They say they're cheddar bob biscuit.
Booger sugar is probably the most common one, right?
Yeah, it's a
Brandon's
pretty
purposely
common one.
sitting this one out. What's going on here?
I'm trying to think of funny names for drugs.
Fiddler's Mystique.
Yeah.
That's another. That's
yeah,
another
I don't
one
know
for
if I've
weed.
heard that one, but
That's one
enlighten
for
me.
weed. It's the Fiddler's Mystique. Fiddler on the Roof. Come on.
Yeah, I don't really do drugs, so I wouldn't know.
Okay, well, fair enough. So that segment died. That was from last week. No worries. Did you guys see Dave season 2 is just finished wrapping? Or wrapping. That was a pun intended, I guess. But they wrapped up film on season 2. When is it coming out? I'm jacked. If you haven't seen Dave season 1, that like made the first month of quarantine for me.
Yeah, that was like one of my favorite shows ever. And it's great because the episodes are only like 30 minutes long and you can binge it
Yes.
super quick.
I surprisingly have not watched it.
Oh my dude, you will not
I
stop
haven't either.
watching it.
How
Okay.
the fuck have you not watched it, Jack?
I watched the first episode when it came out, and then I just kind of
Bro,
I got a
both
lot
you
of
guys-
shows going on at once.
No, I'm with you, but you got to hop on Hulu, get rid of those ads. My God, that might be one of the worst ad streaming ones if you're not paying for it. You will binge that. I binged it. I think I woke up early one morning. I couldn't sleep, pandemic, and I binged it within like 4 hours of 4 a.m. till like 9 a.m. But he's so fucking funny. He's just like a normal dude, and it's very Seinfeld-esque, but with a Silicon Valley twist. Like, it's very hard to make a comedy nowadays, especially one that's not on CBS, and it's called Mom. But it's really well done, and it kind of makes you laugh. Like, it's funny as fuck.
And there's a lot of celebrities on there.
Justin Bieber.
That show Mom looks brutal.
Yeah, but it's Emmy Award nominated.
Yeah.
Lil Dicky also has like the most famous YouTube of all time, where he spends no money at those mansions.
Oh
for
yeah.
that music video.
Oh
That's
my
a good
god!
one.
Yeah, with Fetty Wap. That was
Yeah.
one of his big
And-
first. So that's why I'm excited about season 2, because season 2 was about him like moving to LA, being unemployed, and like living on a couch, and then like he finally signs a record deal, and then the season finale is him showing up at Snoop Dogg's like fucking studio, and they're about to record something. So I think season 2 is about to be nuts.
They just finished filming Outer Banks too. Did you watch that?
I did not.
I did.
I did
Yeah.
as well.
Pretty
You
good.
guys enlighten me, so sell me on it.
It's like, all right, it's definitely cheesy. I'll say that, but like it's one of those cheesy shows that like you want to keep watching.
You feel like you just read a mystery treasure hunt book in middle
Like you want to be like I wanted to be with them.
I wanted to be with Madeline Klein.
Well, yeah.
But so this is like the OC.
No, they're like it's kind of all right. It's kind of cool
The
because
OC underrated, by the way.
I read about the two dudes who wrote it are actually from there, like the Outer Banks of North Carolina, and it's like kind of based like a.
So it's kind of like the hills, but a little bit
no.
more
It's like
scripted? Yeah, it's not
no,
reality.
no. It's not reality. It's like there's like a they live in the Outer Banks of North Carolina, which is like the water. Like their parents work on fishing boats, and they think they find like a treasure map, and like there's this old abandoned house. Like I don't know, it was a huge fad. Like
so I totally have this wrong. I've got
way off.
Yeah, like it's not. Yeah,
I've got this as Keeping Up with the Kardashians spinoff on Netflix, Outer Banks. Okay, I'll have to check it out.
It's like a
got
PG
sci-fi.
It reminds me of the movie. Have you seen the movie Hoot? You ever
I
seen
must have
that?
missed that.
Wait, it reminds me of that too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hoot.
jeez. Am I just so off on this?
Dylan just called it a sci-fi, and Austin's weak.
Dylan, have you ever seen Hoot or read the
I
book?
know. I must have missed that one. Hoot.
Dude, that must have
Reminds me
missed
of
you by
Hoot.
like a year, I
Oh,
think. And it's
man.
like
All right, I'm about to hop on IMDb. All right,
look
so
up
Outer
Outer
Banks
Banks.
I'm clearly missing on this. This has got to be pretty popular. I've seen it. I just haven't even gotten into it where I'd even look up what the synopsis is, but
It's kind of got like a big high school vibe kind of thing.
they're
going.
literally in high school.
Yeah, but it's still good. I thought.
bro, Hoot? 2006, 5.5 out of 10, rated PG.
Dude,
Did
come
you
on.
read the book in school? Or
Yeah,
no?
Hoot's a classic.
Bro, I was the Magic Treehouse.
Yeah.
Um,
This is like a middle school. I don't know, dude.
Yeah,
It's cool. Give it a try.
All the
Alright.
actors in it are like brand new actors too. I'm
and they're
pretty
getting
sure
famous off it, right?
They're all
Yeah.
so famous.
Did you guys make it through Schitt's Creek?
No.
I still have like two seasons left, I think.
So I hear so many different things where it's like, oh, it's the best thing ever. I couldn't get into it.
I
I'm
couldn't get into
literally
it
at
either.
50-50. Like, I'm at that point where I'm like, wow, okay, like the acting was funny. I love Eugene Rose, who's the dad from American Pie. That dude is so fucking
Eugene
funny.
Levy.
Eugene Levy, and he's Rose in the.
And that's his son in real life.
That's his son, right? Who I
Yeah.
never knew, but he's a great actor too. He's hysterical.
Yeah, he's hilarious. Yeah.
But I'm at the point where I'm so committed, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm like laughing like I think 3 times per season, but I have to finish it. You know?
How far are you?
Ugh, season 4, I think, almost season 5.
Wow, you might just not like it. My mom told me, she's like, just get through the first season and you'll be hooked. But
See, I liked season 1 the best. I thought that's where it was kind of like new. It's like these rich people coming into. I thought it was fascinating, but that turned people off from it because it was like rich snobbery or something.
I don't know. I mean, with the amount of awards that it won, unless it was just because everyone had a bunch of clout around it, like there's got to be a reason it's funny.
Well, I think the reason it took off was because during the pandemic was their last season. So people kind of was like, wait, this is great. And they kind of binged it because we had so much time. But
yeah.
You guys remember Clubhouse? This was crazy. So, I mean, I was talking with Austin with this about this on Friday, but the rumors came out this last week. So Clubhouse was like, you know, you saw Barstool running with it, Elon Musk. Oh, this is awesome. Audio only chat. You heard any fucking thing about Clubhouse lately?
No.
Except Twitter almost bought them for like, what was it, 90 billion? It's like, how do you rate these companies to where Twitter's just like, oh shit, we see some noise about this. We don't want them to be the next big thing. Let's just buy them now. Even though it's like not even fully functional right now.
I don't even really. 90 billion? Are we sure about that?
Well, it's in the billions. So, I mean.
Dude, it reminds me of Mark Cuban's first website. He started broadcast.com and just started broadcasting like Indiana games, I think.
Yeah.
And Yahoo bought him out for like 40 billion, I'm pretty sure. And he says, and then it like failed. And he's like, yeah, I'm the luckiest person ever.
Anyone want to take a guess what the real number was for Twitter and Clubhouse?
Like a billion.
It was 4 billion. So I mean, divided by
50.
Yeah,
that's still a shit ton if you're just like a little, developer in your room.
Me and Andy, I think, hosted like 2 Clubhouse events where it was literally the first week it was me and him talking for 20 minutes, and then the next week I forgot to show up, and it was him and Jessica Andrews talking for 20 minutes, and then we have not been on since. But we thought we were going to be the first pioneers to this thing. Like, everyone's like, fuck you. Yeah, we don't want to sign up for that. But who knows?
I was wrong too. It wasn't 40 billion. It was
it's like 4. Yeah. I was going to correct.
Just divide everything we say by 10 and we're good. Or in my case, 20.
He would be fucking rich right now if he had 40 billion. I mean, he is rich as hell, but he might be like the richest ever.
But the concept with that, and I guess it is TikTok, is like, shit, dude. It was Twitter. It was Facebook in the early 2000s, Twitter in the early 2010s, Instagram probably 2015 to the latter half, and then TikTok. Still, a lot of people are not on TikTok. Hold on, this is fascinating. Actually, we'll do a little trivia here. And this is how many percentage of the population of the United States do you think are on Twitter?
Ooh.
Like all humans
in the United States. And I guess it would be, like people that would be able to handle this smartphone. I do.
It's got to be minuscule, I feel like.
I was going to say 7%.
So it's 6%. And then it's estimated from that only 3% are active. Like everyone else is just like an egg thing that had it in 2016.
Don't even get me started on that. The dude who has the Jack City Twitter name. Follow me on Twitter, by the way, Jack_City_. The dude who has just Jack City with no underscores. I've been literally messaging Twitter for years. He made his account back in like 2008. He has 4 tweets, and his picture is him holding a slice of bread, and he has the like original Jack City. And I've been trying to get it forever. And it's
you tried DMing him?
Dude, he hasn't tweeted in 12 years. I've tried DMing him. I've tried DMing Twitter support, everything. I'm like, give me that name. I need that name. It's so much more marketable than underscores.
Yeah.
Dude, I tried to get the one Friday Energy, and this dude's never posted. So they make you like send in your ID to prove that it's like your name. And I sent my ID in, and they're like, this isn't you.
Wait, really?
Yeah, and like apparently if you have like a close enough name, they'll give it to you.
Dude, I gotta get on that.
Dude, this guy I used to do business with in South Dakota, he's like, hey, he's got to be 50s or 60s. He owns like a car dealership or like a used car lot. But he's a huge Rams fan from LA to St. Louis. And then he was like, wait a second. Okay, I think St. Louis is going to move back to LA. And he literally got LARams.com and secured it. And then like all of a sudden you got like box seats for the new LA stadium and everything, because they're like, oh my God, we need this. And then he just secured it.
Maybe we just start securing a bunch of random website names.
Yes, Seattle Supersonics or Timberwolves.com. I was talking about this today. See, A-Rod bought the T-Wolves. It's like, huh?
Did you see Anthony Edwards' interview?
The what?
Like, did you see his name's Anthony Edwards, right?
You mean Ant?
Yeah, Ant. His interview where they're like, "Are you a big fan of A-Rod?" He's like, "Who?" Like Alex Rodriguez. He's like, "Yeah, I don't know who that is." He's the baseball player. He's like, "Oh yeah, I mean, I know he's gonna own the team, but I don't really know nothing about baseball."
Dude, I've seen shit. I mean, that's just funny as fuck to me.
Dude,
but I mean, it's
my brother's friend's dad literally became a millionaire off owning 3-letter and 4-letter websites.
Yeah.
Like multi-millionaire.
And that's a heady play, seriously. So think about this. Speaking of heady plays, so this clown Glenn Taylor who think about if you got in on dude, I wish I had fucking money to get. That's why you see LeBron getting in this buying the Red Sox, and you see Portnoy trying to get into the ownership game, because it is an ROI on your investment you won't believe. Glenn Taylor, I think, got in at 94 million, and he just made 1.5 billion, and that came under market evaluation. So that dude just made absolute bank. But dude, there's going to be 4 professional teams in Las Vegas eventually, and it's just a matter if it's going to be the Las Vegas Rays for baseball, the Las Vegas Athletics for baseball, or are the T-Wolves going to go to Las Vegas? Pelicans, maybe.
Would you be sad?
Fuck no. I'm the biggest critic of the T-Wolves here. All right, but enough sports.
Maybe we just maybe we buy all those combinations of names websites and just
yes, exactly. Yeah. Let's just banking on every team eventually. Because I mean, shit, we're all St. Louis guys. How heartbroken were you when the Rams left? I mean, I'm a transitional St. Louis guy, so I didn't really get heartbroken, but that tore apart some of my best friends' lives having that team leave town.
It's crazy how there's some people too who literally like their life goal now is to hate the Rams, and then there's some people like Grant. Shout out Grant, is still a Rams fan.
Yeah,
so is my brother. Yo, can we talk about this hot dog thing?
Yeah, totally.
What are you talking?
I found it on TikTok, but is a hot dog just a rotated sandwich?
Oh,
is the hot dog a sandwich generally, basically?
Yeah.
I think it's its own enigma, because it's like literally just mashed up like extra meat. Like
my retort is a hamburger sandwich.
Yeah.
Okay. Then if you tell me a hamburger is a sandwich, because I kind of go hamburger hot dog in that same combo, whether it's like a hybrid like fast food. If a hamburger is a sandwich, I'm going hot dog sandwich.
So you say hot dog is a sandwich?
Yeah, there you go.
What do you think?
Well, their argument was that it's got one piece of bread opposed to 2.
True.
I mean, I guess if someone wants to take If someone wants to take the time to make that TikTok, then it can be a sandwich.
No, but then they're like, okay, well then what do you call a sub? And they all were like,
Wait a second. What are you guys putting on hot dogs? Because maybe that's the other thing. Because I'm just going straight ketchup. Yes. All of you recoil. Yes. I am plain guy, but I'm just ketchup on my hot dog. Are you guys putting onions, mustard, relish, etc.?
I'm usually just ketchup and mustard, but you could probably catch me with some onions and relish nowadays.
If I'm like in Chicago and they got all the goods, like the fucking
a Chicago dog, right?
Pepperoncinis and whatnot. I'm all in on that. But usually, I guess I'm just ketchup and mustard.
I typically just put whatever's available in front of me on it.
But like, I'm honestly not I'm not a big hot dog guy. It's not
really.
I'm a bigger bratwurst guy.
Yeah,
brats. Yes.
When I was a kid, I was big. My mom would buy just cheese dogs, like cheese in the middle.
See, I have to have a hot dog at a ball game. That's kind of something like a baseball game. I don't know.
I'm a big nachos at a ball game guy.
They had this hot dog the other day it was a special edition from some hot dog shop here that had Lion's Choice like roast beef on it.
Oh,
it looked fire.
Dude, Lion's Choice. I bring Kelsey every time she's in St. Louis. It's like Portillo's to Chicago. It's like fantastic.
She literally shits on that. Any Chicago kid come at me. It's literally fucking gas.
Wow, I think Portillo's is better.
I know.
I mean, they're both equally fire to me. I mean, Portillo's is like almost an amusement park. You walk in, it's like, oh my god,
it's like a carnival. It's like, dude, relax.
Okay, let's quickly rip through some funniest topics from the week we were off. Paul Pierce having chicks throw ass on his Instagram live story of 300 people gets fired by ESPN. Did he mean to do that? ESPN is no longer a destination place. I tell you, he sees how much freedom and fun Deion Sanders is having at Barstool Sports. He sees what Charles Barkley gets to do at TNT, Turner Sports, and then he looks at ESPN. And it's just like, and obviously it's like, okay, what is going to be something that people are not overly clutching their pearls for, but the old ass white people in the in the towers up at Walt Disney are not going to let that fly. I think he wanted out. It conspiracy theory.
No, I agree. I think he wanted out. And I think he knew Barstool was going to reach out to him.
Right. So is that in the works?
I think so.
Because, like, it's been all that rhetoric. Dave's obviously been very forward, like, I'm reaching out. Paul Pierce, after he tweets out, again, like, if you haven't seen the video, I'm going to try and, describe it to you here for the listening audience. Paul Pierce is literally taking a selfie with just complete bloodshot eyes, smoking a blunt. Some chick is just throwing ass behind him. And there's clearly a strip poker game going on. And it's Paul Pierce. This guy's an NBA legend in Boston. Like, this is probably what he was doing, like, during his career. And it's just, he's just basically taking an Instagram live of his life. And he's just going, what's up, Monica? Yeah, you're in LA. You can come through. What's up? And it's just like, dude, what the hell is going on here with Paul Pierce? But again, is that a fireable offense for Disney? Sure. For Barstool? No.
Yeah.
Is Paul Pierce married?
I'll do the search right
now. Not
now.
anymore.
Yeah, no kidding. I
thought he was
behind him.
Like, how do you do that? And like, you're gonna get fired.
Yeah, he had to have just wanted to get let go.
Dude, or he was turned up and
off the Molly.
Wait a second. He is married.
Yeah. Isn't her name like Rachel something?
Julie Pierce.
Oh, never mind.
I wonder what she seems to think.
Yeah, I wonder if they're separated or not. Well, shit. I mean, yeah, to each his own, I guess. But
Joey wants to know why Ellis isn't the guest this week.
Dude,
he's at the Cardinal game.
Ellis is at a Cardinals game right now.
Bro, motherfucker. I've texted him the last 3 weeks. And like last week it was, or 2 weeks ago, I forgot he had something. Today he said he was at two back-to-back co-ed softball games.
Dude, Drew coaches 2 separate baseball teams.
Wait, I thought he was in a beer league. Is that the Cardinals game?
He coaches 2 separate baseball teams. One is a 5th grade team. One is like a high school team.
Okay, so neither are beer leagues.
Also has a full-time job and is also in 2 separate softball leagues.
He's literally gonna have his ashes spread at pond when he dies.
Dude, he's coaching this team of 5th grade misfits that no one had a team, and he has to coach them.
Dude, you know what? That team's probably destined for greatness.
What's
the
Every other night he's like, I'm not gonna be at our place tonight. I'm sleeping in Wildwood. I got a game to coach. I'm like, all right, man.
He's like Billy Bob Thornton in Bad News Bears with a bunch of little misfits.
Well, what was so funny is Drew's, as I'm leaving town in St. Louis, literally the last parting shot, it's like 3 a.m. Our eyes are as blurry as Paul Pierce on Instagram Live. And he's just like, dude, can I be on Winging It? And I like, he like wasn't even looking at me. I was like, what? Who was saying that to me? And I like came back and Drew's just like, dude, can I be on Winging It? I'm like, yes, just ask me. Let's do it. And now I've texted him 3 straight weeks and it's a co-ed softball bar mitzvah Cardinal game. We'll get him next week though. Winging It here. Jake Paul fight this week, but before we get to that, what did you guys make of Michael Rappaport?
Oh, he's such a bitch.
Yeah, like what's it, him, Barstool, Kevin Durant. Let's eat here. There's some tea on the most recent week.
Oh yeah, that.
Speaking of that, did you see Kevin Durant's fight with Shannon Sharp today?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I saw that.
I used to hate Kevin Durant, but I'm slowly starting to really like him. He's like, he doesn't give a fuck anymore.
Shannon Sharp came off as such a bitch after he blocked Kevin Durant today.
Oh yeah. But yeah, Michael Rappaport's a bitch too. That video of Dave Portnoy.
Oh my god, that is hysterical.
And Michael Rappaport's attorney is so funny.
Yeah, he's like trying not to laugh the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
well,
hilarious.
what's funny is just how litigious people can be, which is so funny. It's basically like, hey, I'm gonna sue you for defaming me. And like Barstool basically said, fuck you, do it. And they literally just like, they put their mind in a pretzel. They showed like, hey, you've got nothing here. Kevin Durant, like, so this is an interesting phenomenon because he brought up a great point. Like Kevin Durant's, got burner accounts, he's doing whatever this, whatever that, but it's just he's managing his brand, It's like he brought up a great point when it's like, dude, Shannon Sharp wanted to take that private, yet Shannon Sharp spends 2 hours each day getting to say whatever the fuck he wants. Kevin Durant can do that on social media too.
Right.
So I thought it was a great checkmate position.
Yeah, absolutely.
Didn't Rappaport like cry on social media too because people were making fun of him?
Apparently that was fake, and then I listened back to it knowing it was fake, and it just came off even more pathetic.
Yeah, I saw that too, that it was fake, but it was still very weird.
Yeah, and he went on Skip and Shannon. It's I don't know what the tie in there. Did you know Michael Rappaport was in Prison Break?
That was what I was saying next. Yes,
dude, great in Prison Break too.
Yeah, it's so like random. He was like in like episodes of, like Law and Order and shit like
he
that
was
too.
Great in that season.
That's how I recognized him. I'm like, that's a Prison Break guy.
So then he must have got hired. So Barstool, I keep like running through the timeline of Barstool. So they must have said around, mid to late 2010s, 2015, that they were going to go in on personalities. And they went after Pat McAfee and Rappaport, and then neither of those worked out. But now obviously they keep grinding. They get Sanders, etc.
Right.
Interesting.
Michael Rappaport was also in Quentin Tarantino's first movie.
He was in Friends too. I think he was actually.
That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah,
Friends,
he was like a guest on Friends.
Yeah.
Speaking of shocking revelations, did you know Lisa Ann is now a fantasy sports analyst?
Really?
Wow.
Fantasy sports analyst,
bro. I was shocked. So like, there's this. I follow there's like a bunch of startup podcast kind of networks on Twitter that have like tens of thousands of followers. So I kind of follow. It's like, hey, that's a benchmark goal. This one that has like 10,000, like even. They follow me on Twitter, so it's great. And it's like they retweeted. They have just like a bunch of random podcasts. They're trying to just hit all the sections of like different. They have like Locked On NBA podcasts for random stuff. But there was this one NBA podcast that retweeted from this account, and it was just like, great to be joined by the ever beauteous Lisa Ann. And I was like, what? What the fuck does this have to do with anything? I click on it, and she is a Sirius XM daily fantasy sports analyst. And I'm like, you gotta be shitting me.
Wow.
You think she like makes bank in the fantasy world? like DraftKings. Well,
I'm
fucking
sure
that
she
wasn't
has
a
to
pun
make good
intended.
money.
Wait, this was her real passion. She just took a left. She just took a left at Albuquerque and spent a couple of years. And
Now
It
she's
re-
back.
It reminds me of Mia Khalifa trying to like
Do
be
the
all
basketball
sports.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
well, shit. You've kind of seen Mia and Lana Rhoades make the interview tour lately about trying to redefine their career path, which I find interesting. Jason Love is also on TikTok. He might be Jason Love on TikTok. He's like basically just telling story times of his time on set.
Is that dude with all the tattoos?
Correct.
Yeah, I've seen those.
I was like, shit, am I the only one who knows him?
No, I've seen those on my.
yeah.
Johnny
FYP.
Sins is also on TikTok.
Yeah, that's right. He's another funny follow.
I was
Yeah.
never a Lisa Ann fan at all.
Neither was I, to be honest.
I love Lana Rhoades. She's on TikTok and has kind of funny ones sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, shit.
She's single.
Yeah,
No,
what happened there
there's
with
one yesterday with like, I think she's back with that Michael dude.
really?
back?
Literally the day prior, she duetted some chick who was like, hit me up. Or she made a duet with some chick who was like, if you like Korean girls that have black hair and are tall, hit me up. And then Lana duetted it and was like, I want to be your girlfriend or some shit like that. So I don't know, some drama going on there.
Something's interesting off that based on TikTok drama. So the whole paparazzi was kind of like Britney, Timberlake. Paparazzi during the early 2000s was like, all right, we know what's going on with the stars. We're going to give you the exclusive for those who kind of want to just take a peek behind the curtain. Now that's TikTok, right? And I feel like People Magazine missed out on that, but now you've got these different things on TikTok that are like following, all these stars around. And the recent, I don't even know where I'm going with this, but it's a whole nother demographic where you can kind of follow what the TikTok stars drama is, not like following Jessica Simpson, Jessica Alba, like People Magazine did back in the day.
It's a lot more like personal in their lives because it's just like a
and is that
video.
interesting? Like, I know that's interesting to people, but KFC came out with a funny 1 minute man after like he recapped like a couple of 5 stories, which I know about. So I watched. And then today he was like, I'm done. I can't keep up with this. It's like high school shit, which it really kind of is.
It is. I think it's more they're just appealing to the demographic that is mostly TikTok, other than us like washed up mid 20-year-olds that are.
But at least all 4 of us are on TikTok, and
Oh yeah, I hate the people. I have beef with the people who like are so against TikTok because it's like such
the
a
same
young.
people that said Instagram sucks in 2015, and 2 years later they had one.
I'm like, dude, you guys are missing out. I'm laughing all day. It's like it's not just people dancing, but.
Yeah.
Dude, well, it gets so many views from these younger people.
True.
Like, probably hard not for them because they make so much money off of it. Did we talk about the Britney Spears statement?
No,
Did you guys see that?
I did not see that either.
She came out with a statement and was like, thank you for the support, but like I've always been watched and followed and I didn't even watch the documentary, but like please stay out of my life. Kind of like that. And everybody
is that a prepared statement?
Everybody thinks it wasn't her that said it.
Exactly.
Dude, there's like all conspiracies that like the like colors she wears in her videos and like the way she like blinks, like people comment like blink twice if you need help. And like they like are convinced she does it, but I don't know. Poor girl.
Sorry, John.
I think she's just been locked up for so long. She's gotten a little looned up,
brainwashed. It's not unlike a cult. God, the time traveler on TikTok is my favorite follow ever. I am just obsessed with this guy. Everyone looks at me like I'm a loon. I'm just like, I don't want to. Hey, this G1 tornado's going up here. Okay, so let's.
Any new claims?
We find the cure. Don't get me started. We find the cure to cancer in 2029. We all live in a simulation. It's just like, dude, and seriously, I used to think about this when I was a kid. Is like, are we just all one game of The Sims? Has technology already advanced where they're just playing with different worlds and we're like whatever the villages were called? And it's just like, I mean, seriously, like Neil deGrasse Tyson, I think, has even talked about this. But
yeah, I heard him say he thinks that we're not in a simulation, because in the simulation they'll finally realize how to make a simulation within theirs, and then within theirs. And what are the chances that we're the very bottom one that hasn't figured out how to make a simulation?
Right, exactly. We're the last one to where when do we discover how to make a simulation, and then it's all a mind fuck. I had something. Sorry, Jeff.
No, I was just gonna say you guys lost me real quick there.
I had one last parting shot. Yeah. So the other thing this guy's been high on is he thinks we're going to make alien contact in 2021, 2022. Bro. Like, so let me just like kind of lay out a timeline. So we get Christopher Nolan kind of makes a movie, Tenet, about paradoxical universes traveling back in time. Now we see all this stuff about, hey, there might be simulations. We've seen movies about aliens for what? Decades. Now we're actually seeing Pentagon reports where they're saying, hey, we don't know what and why there are so many unidentified objects. And especially after the coronavirus pandemic, where people were just kind of looking up more, it was reported in the New York Times, there was over 1,000% more unidentified flying object claims this past year. Dude, the Pentagon is saying this shit. It's coming. There are aliens. Yes, I'm a loon.
I believe it. I think we're gonna see them pretty soon here.
No.
It wouldn't surprise me.
They're called Nyrons.
Sounds like a Pokemon.
Dude, what do you make of those people that are like I can't even imagine. They're like they've been abducted by aliens. That used to be like, what do you think that really was? Like, are they testing? They're just picking up people? Are they crazy? Who knows? I guess we'll find out in a decade.
Yeah, there's
clout chasers.
There's one dude from the 70s who, like, to this day lives by it. Joe Rogan had him on, and like, I couldn't tell if Joe Rogan was just like really high or if he was like messing with him or if he believed it. Because like, I don't know. I forgot what his name was, but he got struck. I don't know.
People can say all conspiracy theorists. I still find it interesting just to listen. You don't have like QAnon. I know is like obviously like what the fuck. I don't think Democrats are eating children.
Yeah.
But like you can sift through. But like shit, like aliens kind of, that intrigues me. I'll at least listen.
There's a good flat Earth documentary on Netflix.
Yeah,
actually. I know.
Really?
Shit, I don't want to get political.
Dude.
Even the Twin Tower shit, you can get my mind into a pretzel there.
It's called Beyond the Curve, I think, on Netflix. It's actually really interesting, but like these people.
Is it the one where they make the flat earthers look like idiots though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kyrie Irving. Okay, before we break and then get back with some tea, Triller Fight Club. I think it's interesting how they're kind of bringing back boxing, and it's celebrity boxing. I think this might be the new huge thing. Jake Paul, Ben Askren, Logan Paul interviewed Ben Askren, and I found that interview kind of incredible. Like Ben Askren was kind of like, shit, is Jake a real fighter? I don't think Nate Robinson underestimated Jake Paul. I think Ben Askren's going to do the same. Now, this is an NBA player underestimating versus a fighter underestimating. Do you guys have a winner in this?
I'm
Ben
going
Askren. Yeah. Isn't he a UFC fighter, but he's boxing?
Yeah.
Yeah. But did you see what Dylan's talking about in that interview? He said, he's like, if Jake's actually a good boxer.
He doesn't realize that Jake's actually training as a boxer. Like you hear Mike Tyson say, like, this dude can box. That's Mike Tyson. I don't think he's blowing fucking smoke. Like Jake Paul is actually training as a boxer. He's not farting around just weightlifting. He is sparring.
What are the lines?
Well, I'm going to look right now.
Yeah.
Minus 170, Jake Paul.
What?
Yes.
No way. Holy shit.
It's the clout line.
That feels like a sucker line to me, but.
Well, I'm not betting on him.
Shit, I might have to. I don't know, but dude, there's so much pressure on Ben Askren. He's an MMA fighter. You can't lose to a YouTuber, even though Jake Paul is not a YouTuber. Like that dude is, he might not be a boxer, but he's training to be a boxer. And he's not a small dude. He's also got like 4 inches on Askren, which helps his reach.
Isn't Ben from Mizzou?
Is he really?
No,
that's what Grant said.
Really?
Did he pull his pants down all the way down to his ankles at the stall at Harpo's? Bengals. Damn it.
Oh, he is from Mizzou.
Dude, Ben Askren was the mother. I don't know why I just call him motherfucker, but he was the dude that got. He's the quickest knockout in UFC history from Jorge Masvidal, the flying knee.
Oh, that was him.
He got knocked out.
He got knocked out. Yes, I love Masvidal. I mean, he's kind of a. I used to love Masvidal, but now he's like a QAnon guy. But him versus Usman is going to be a great. Like Masvidal's a street fighter, and yeah, that's the last kind of remembrance I've had of Ben Askren. That's why I totally see why he's trying to get this money while he can, trying to take on a YouTuber, you know?
Yeah.
All right, let's get to some tea. Jack Duncan, Austin Platts. I'm Dylan Corbett, Brendan Duarte with us.
All right, let's get it going. A knife-wielding woman tried to break into Drake's Toronto mansion.
What's a wielding woman?
Like when you wield a knife.
What? He had a knife.
Like wield a knife, like when you wield like a.
He was wielding
on guard. A woman was wielding a knife.
She was holding a knife.
Like she was maneuvering, fencing.
Right.
I feel like I've never heard that term in my life.
Wielding.
You've never heard the term wielding?
I don't think so.
Or wield? It means
Well,
just
does she get in?
just like have ready, I guess.
Yeah. That's well put.
No, she did not get in. But
she was just like tapping the glass with like a butter knife.
Yeah. I don't know. She was like trying to get in, but he kind of has a fortress, so I don't think.
Dude, yeah, that shit fucking. I mean, now I guess we have Ring doorbells, but that just scares me, dude.
Yeah.
Isn't his mansion in the Tootsie Slide video?
Yeah.
Dude, watch that music video. It's nuts.
It's crazy.
Well, his place is sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where was that mansion he was partying at for that music video from Pop That? That's a great. Lil Wayne just pulls up with his skateboard next to the
truck fit. All right.
All right.
Some of this stuff is, since we missed a week, might be kind of old news, but Aaron Rodgers started hosting Jeopardy for 10 episodes, but I saw a quote that said he wants to try to do it. He would try to do it full time with football.
Dude, he loves Jeopardy. I think he would leave football for Jeopardy.
Yeah.
He's been a pretty good host too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen the clips of him, but he's pretty funny.
Do you guys know Dan Patrick? He was the old school Sports Center anchor. Now he has his own show.
Yeah.
He did Sports Jeopardy, but when he was at his height of like, okay, he's leaving ESPN. He's still obviously a name everyone knows. They offered him The Price is Right after Bob Barker.
Really?
But they go, yeah. He goes, well, how much am I making? They go, we can't tell you that. And he's like, well, I'm not going to take a job if they aren't going to tell me what I'm making. Drew Carey, who was selected for the job, makes annually $10 million a year.
Oh, my God. That's disgusting.
That's still going?
Oof. Oh,
dude,
yeah.
I used to love The Price is Right in college. If I was like about to head out to a class, I'd throw it on. I'm like, spin the wheel.
My grandparents fuck with it. It stays on at their place.
Yeah.
Dude, have you seen Drew Carey lately? You will not recognize. I mean, he looks like Prince Philip.
Really?
No, but he has his hairdo a little bit. Like he's very like untamed now.
I haven't seen him in a while.
Is he really? I thought you were gonna say, because remember he used to be pretty big, and then he got kind of.
Yeah, no, it's like his hair's all grown out. He's got a full beard now. You can't even recognize him.
Huh. I'm gonna have to look at that. All right. So this was last week, but there's more news on them this week. So 15 million Johnson & Johnson COVID vaccines were thrown away after an ingredient mix-up last week. And then today, the CDC paused all J&J COVID vaccines in the U.S. because like 5 or 6 people got blood clots from it.
And it was only like 6 and 6 million, but still, that is not what I want to be seeing. You know, and Kelsey's getting on my ass. She's like, are you an anti-vaxxer? I listened last week. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, Kelsey, I just don't want to stick some unknown substance that's been, more rushed to the market quicker than anything in the history into my body if I'm a healthy 26-year-old.
But also, who's the bozo in the lab that is mixing up 15 million samples with the wrong ingredient.
Yeah. Some clown accidentally runs the thing in the office, like the conveyor belts. Like,
Yeah.
Always. But I mean, it's just, if I was at risk, boom, I'm taking it no matter what. Our generation, we're not at risk unless we have an autoimmune disorder or we're morbidly obese.
My dad thought the J&J was the good one too. I wonder
Right.
what he's thinking now.
It's like, how do we pierce this apart? But
Your dad's really good at predictions.
Yeah. Say that again.
All right. This is kind of funny. I don't know if this is new news, but so in School of Rock, I saw this on Twitter and I was weak. The guy who played Spider, who's that dude with like he's like got the chest tat and like he was the one who would dance on the principal. He is now a district attorney in Texas. And I just thought that's like so like.
Is that really him?
Yeah, and the tweet said the guy who played Spider in School of Rock is now the district attorney of Tyler County, Texas, and now we're all just going to have to live with this information forever.
And speaking of checking out how people look,
whoa,
yeah,
wow,
yeah, this is Drew Carey now.
That's weird.
See, he's just going for the it's like he's having a midlife crisis where he wants to have the Josh Richards part, but he's also graying. What do you guys make of that? What do you guys make of that hairstyle, by the way? I feel like that's like the Gen Z hair where it's just like, it's almost like a dusty mop, like in front of your head.
Yeah,
dude, every dude has it their age.
On BFF's, Josh Richards said he has hockey player hair, and Portnoy immediately goes, "That you have the farthest thing from hockey player hair." He goes, "You have Gen Z like TikTok hair."
Dude, they all have it. So explain to me the difference, because this is actually, I mean, the TikTok is funny because so many people make fun of it, where those two guys pull up and they're like miming the song Unforgettable, where like, if you want to go to a party with us, and they're like licking their lips like 30,000 times. Is that a different house? Like, how many houses are there? Sway, Vivid, Luminary? Where does it stop?
There's a shit ton apparently that are just like random ones that like never last. I guess Sway's like was the main one. There are definitely no more now, but
oh my God. Yeah. I mean,
we'll get to that.
BFFs for the drama. Austin, what'd you make out with the drama? Are you a BFFs guy still? I would say I started with the first 5 episodes and I was like, I can't keep up with this every week. I just wasn't interested.
You know who loves them is Drew.
Yeah.
He texted me this morning and he goes, "Dude, TikTok is popping off right now."
I still listen to the podcast, but it's tough sometimes. I'm pretty sick of it.
Dude, I love and respect Dave Portnoy, but this has got to be a midlife crisis a little bit, right? Like, when he was at dinner with and I get Josh Richards and Griffin Johnson. I love Griffin Johnson. That dude, I fuck with. I'll follow him forever. I think that dude's cool. But then Dave's like at dinner with him on a Monday, and I was just like, if I walk by that restaurant, I'd be like, what the fuck is going on here?
Dude, I think they're making a shit ton of money off that podcast.
100%.
Yeah. And that Gruen dude has me weak. Their manager.
Dude, that dude is the headiest play. That dude is literally, if heady play was a physical form, it is Michael Gruen.
I literally tweet him like 3 times a week and ask if I can come hang with them, or like, can I come kick it with him, because he knows what's up. He literally is like, they're like his puppets. He's making so much money.
How did he convince them? He's like, hey, you guys have looks and talent. I can just siphon off 5% of all the money you can make. And, is that good? And they're like, sure.
There's actually a wild article about him, about how he used to like literally just, apparently he's the most obnoxious, like bust his way into anything. He would bust his way into like at Knicks games to like these like.
So he's a con artist.
I guess. I don't know. But he would just talk his way into like, I don't know. I'll send you the article, but
yeah,
he's I don't know. He is interesting. All right. A Montana man found a bullet inside his 6-year-old's Flamin' Hot Cheetos bag.
Okay, Brandon.
Dude, I saw that. That's cap.
You think?
There's no way there's a fucking bullet.
Okay, wait a
Dude, what
second. What
about
about the
when-
clam and whatever that hell was?
I think
Cinnamon
I
Toast
think
Crunch.
he saw the shrimp inside the Cinnamon Toast Crunch and was like, "How can I one up this?"
That's like
He just drops a bullet in there.
that shit was pretty crazy though. You think that was real? The shrimp?
I do think that was real.
That's
'cause, yeah.
disgusting.
Dude, no,
Yeah.
we used to hear about shit all the time growing up where it was like you're eating a chicken tender and all of a sudden you get stabbed with a needle. Like that used to be one of
Yeah,
the
or
biggest
like some
fears.
lady found like a thumb in her chili at
Yeah,
Wendy's.
that was apparently
Yeah.
fake too.
That went to court and she planted it in there.
Dude, do you want to show some nuts? This is so random. But speaking of bullets, my cousin was shooting and I think she hit a tire and it bounced back and hit my grandpa in the chest.
Oh my
God, is he okay?
Yeah, he's fine. I said, well, did it hurt? He's like, yeah, I just felt like a little sting. I'm like, goodness
Jesus.
gracious.
Just missed an artery. I
Holy
once got hit with a firework. Oh my god. It was
You
like
did?
yeah, it was I think it was Abby Gwynn's like extended family's kind of Cape Girardeau firework fest. So they're setting off their own fireworks. And like I'm just like standing like maybe 40 yards away. I'm like, is this safe? Just like take one in the chest. Like a firework literally to the left pectoral.
Some kids get reckless with those, like Roman candle wars and stuff like that. I was just a target usually, but yeah, when I lived in Louisiana, they're nuts down there about it, and it would get reckless.
I feel like Missouri is one of the big nuts. You can't the fireworks here now.
When the fuck did you live in Louisiana?
I feel like I knew that about Jack.
Dude, I've lived 9 different places
What?
before sixth grade.
Oh, okay. So it was before we knew you.
Wait a second, give them to all of us.
Was it your idea to move?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So
All right, Mom, we're moving.
I was so my dad worked in hotels, if that gives a backstory. But I was actually born at the Ozarks, which is pretty crazy. Yeah, it's where my parents met. They're divorced now. It's a different story. But so the Ozarks for 9 months. Then we went to Atlanta. That's where my sister was born. Then we went to Virginia. Then we went to Orlando. And then we went to New Orleans. And then we went to St. Louis for 3rd grade. I went to Chesterfield, met everyone. Then I moved away for 4th grade and moved to San Antonio and back to Orlando in the same year. And then I moved back to St. Louis in 5th grade.
Jeez, SEC country.
Yeah.
Why'd you want to move around so much?
I don't know.
Come on, Dad, we're going back.
Yeah, it was.
That's nuts,
But-
though. Yeah,
Yeah, it was kind of fun. Some people would hate it, but
I like being well traveled.
I like meeting new people.
Yeah.
I'm a man of the people.
Of course.
All right.
Man, let's get some more tea.
So I don't know how this just kind of slipped under the rug because Facebook always has shit like this, but more than 533 million Facebook users' personal information reportedly shared on a hacking site.
Bro, what the fuck?
Like, how does Zuckerberg just keep skating away with this with his like robot eyes?
Dude, I've listened to David Sampson, who's a former president of the Miami Marlins before they sold it to Jeter. And so they were always looking for a naming rights deal. They never named Marlins Park. They got that new, park with the fish tank and the fish sculpture in 2012 or something. And he wanted 10 million per year for the naming rights deal. And all of a sudden Qatar Airways comes along. And it's just like, he's like, shit, this is awesome. But it's actually 12.5 million because they have civil rights. Like they basically engage in slavery still. So it's just like, there's always money, but do you want to be accepting for money? Do you want to be accepting money from people if it compromises your morals? And then the second question you ask yourselves, well, for how much? And you almost put like a price tag on your morals, but it's the price of business.
Dude, that good Qatar shit's crazy.
Right. Because they're
Wasn't that a
hosting the World Cup eventually, and people are just like, shit, what do we do here?
Wasn't that a Bryant Sports Gumbel thing? Bryant Gumbel Sports thing?
Real Sports on HBO.
Yeah. They literally have slaves and don't let them leave.
It's not unlike the Egyptian building of the pyramids. Like, because they're literally trying to get these people to build the stadiums for World Cup. And it's like, yeah, hey, you're slaves.
How can they just get away with that?
I mean, look what's going on in Hong Kong. I mean, it's just like how there's so much American business in China that it's the fine line of, do we want to piss these people off? Do we want to say like, hey, this isn't fucking right anymore?
Right.
And dude, it was what we talked about 2 weeks ago. It's like, I was thinking about this so much this past week because I mean, shit, just yesterday was just a terrible day in America. And it's like, holy shit, I really do miss being a kid sometimes because you just did not have this come across your plate and have to digest it. And it's just like, Jesus Christ. That's why people are always like, don't grow up, you know, because now we just have to see all the craziness of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's whack. All right. This is pretty funny. I don't know how this is gonna go, but Kevin James will play New Orleans Saints head coach Sean Payton in a new Netflix film called Home Team. And you guys know who Kevin James is? King of Queens.
Yeah, Paul Blart.
Yeah, Paul Blart. And so he's going to play Sean Payton, and it covers his suspension in 2012 and the time he spent coaching his son's 6th grade football team. So I just don't know if I can take, like, I don't know if it's supposed to be serious or not, but like, I can't take Kevin James very serious after like Grown Ups and everything. And
King of Queens was the other show, right?
I love King of Queens. Yeah, it's a classic one.
It's an interesting story that I'm interested in because it's about Bountygate, where Sean Payton literally had like his coaches paying players $50,000 for like injuring other football players on the other team. So that could be made really interesting. But yeah, Kevin James.
Yeah.
I mean, unless Ray Romano, who's actually been in some pretty like well critically acclaimed films after Everybody Loves Ray, maybe Kevin James can make that leap.
Yeah, who knows? It's kind of like that that HBO one with the basketball with like Bo Burnham. It could be good.
Right, there you
go. Okay, this is a Louisiana woman is arrested because there was $1.2 million accidentally deposited in her account, and she just literally like held it. She's like, I'm not giving it back. You can't take it back. And so now she's in jail.
Brendan, didn't you tell me this story once that some bank accidentally gave someone like $1 million and they just had to take the L?
So Citibank, which is who I work for now, accidentally paid a company like, I believe, $500 million. Basically, I think the thing was they tried to make an interest payment to them for something, but accidentally paid them the principal amount. And it was like legitimately like $500 million. And this was pretty recent. And they went to court over it, and it was ruled that even though it was a mistake, the company was able to keep the full $500 million. So in this case, I don't know why it's any different.
Dude, I've heard like 5 different cases or stories of this where it's like banks make an error, they accidentally deposit money in your account. Think about that if that was you. What are you doing? You know, it's like, okay, right thing, like, hey, what's going on? But yeah, it's also, and that's what's so weird is like you're legally liable to basically be honest there. Like if you spend any of that money, like you could go to jail, as you're illustrating.
My college roommate, he would always complain about like being broke and like not being able to go out. And one time someone random accidentally Venmo'd him $1,000. And he immediately transferred it to his bank account and then blocked the person on Venmo. And Venmo still ended up taking it away from him.
Oh my God. Wow. That's my nightmare. Or if you put an extra digit next to settings on something.
Steve will do it. Did that. He tried to send him 1,000 and sent him 10 grand and was like, "Oh, fuck it."
Venmo.
All right. Netflix has a new documentary that looks really good, like the Ted Bundy tapes, but it's about Son of Sam. If anyone knows it.
Sam?
The serial killer in New York who carried out a series of attacks of like, I think he stabbed people in the streets. But,
damn.
You sound really enthusiastic, Jack.
Dude, I haven't eaten dinner yet. I feel like Prince Philip. Like I'm sorry. I'll bring the heat. All right. So I didn't even know these two were together, but try to wrap your head around this. London Tipton and Kevin McAllister, so Brenda Song and Macaulay Culkin are together and having a baby.
I thought they
That's
just had a baby.
yeah, you're right. Sorry, they just had a baby, but still, when did London Tipton and Kevin McAllister hook up? That's what I'm saying.
All right,
Yeah,
wait a second. So that is from
Home Alone is Kevin McAllister.
Right, and
London
then-
London Tipton is the Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. She's
Bingo.
the Brenda song.
That's right.
But like that seems really random to me.
that is very random.
I'm
But do you
still
think,
shocked
though?
how like sorry Brendan, how I didn't like Disney Channel was almost a pipeline for today's future stars.
Yeah.
You know
Oh
what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Yeah, it was
They'd all start out as actors and then became singers.
Right.
that's the goal for everyone is
Yeah.
to be the singer.
Hold on. Here's a good would you rather, which we'll probably bring back tomorrow next week. But would you rather have all the money but not be famous? Or would you rather be famous but still be working your way up to the money? Because I think fame is so interesting to me. Some people crave it, eventually get tired of it, and some people it destroys.
I think I'd rather have the money.
Yeah.
Same. That's all I really care about.
Be behind the scenes.
I think I'd enjoy the fame for a little bit, but then I'd get sick of it. But if I had to choose, I'd just choose money.
Give me the fame, baby. I'd rather work hard. Let's do it.
Do you think they're a power
Oh,
couple?
you mean like just be given money or work hard for your money?
Like
and-
you'd be famous, but you'd be like underpaid in the eyes of everyone, I guess, as a hypothetical.
would you still technically be rich?
You got me there. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean,
we'll circle back to that next week.
Yeah. Okay. This is so Usher was at a strip club and he got caught throwing fake money, but what's funny about it is the money had like his face on it. So
Oh, the
like
joke.
I mean,
It was like a promotion. People were upset because they thought he was actually like, it's like, oh my God, here comes this billionaire, like having strippers like throw it in his face and he's going to throw fake money at him. It's like, how cheap are you?
yeah.
Or it's a promotion tactic.
If I was the stripper, I'd be pissed.
But
Well, yeah.
usually at places like that anyways, you like pay up front and then they give you fake money to throw.
Yeah. I thought what was so funny about this was the craftsmanship of the dollar bill.
Yeah.
Like he put a serial number on there. He like basically gave him a crisp fade of like the side of his face.
It's got the blue like hologram strip on it.
Right.
Speaking of money, like I don't even, I guess this goes to her family, but so there was a model who is now a quadriplegic and lives in her parents' dining room, has to be fed through a tube because she suffered brain damage. She had an allergic reaction just eating a bag of pretzels, and she just won the suit for $29.5 million.
What the fuck?
But
So-
like,
Wait, she was paraplegic before the pretzel?
no, she was like a model and like had like severe allergic reaction to this pretzel, and it caused her brain damage and then caused her to become like a vegetable basically. And
What was in the
now,
pretzel?
dude, that's peanut butter.
What the fuck?
I was
People
watching.
don't play games who are allergic to peanuts.
No, they don't.
No, no kidding. I was watching the Masters this weekend. Christian Bezenduit, I think, who was leading after one. I heard this crazy story. It was like, so he's South African, and when he was a baby, he thought it was Diet Coke, and he drank rat poison. And he just he grew up with a stutter because he almost died from just drinking rat. I'm just like, oh my God, like
Holy shit.
like it's just the crazy shit that could possibly happen. And
That's crazy. That's scary.
yeah.
All right. Kobe played his last game 5 years ago today. Just a little shout out. RIP.
R.I.P. Man, Mamba.
Didn't he score like 80 that game?
81.
60.
60.
Oh, his final game, yeah, where
Yeah.
it was like at first
Yeah.
he put up like 40 shots and had like 20 points. We're like, oh my God, and then he finally got like 63.
Okay, in Tokyo, Japan gets all these cool like amusement type park things, but there's a new like huge resort hotel being built that is all like like it's like you're in Toy Story. So you're like
Really?
running around. Yeah.
I love shit like that.
Yeah. And I love Toy Story.
Have you guys
So,
ever been to Legoland?
No.
Yeah,
I'm-
it's awesome. It's kind of like a Six Flags, but like for when Legos were fucking fire.
Wait, are
Um,
you like a toy?
like, do you morph into a toy? Like, what do you mean? Like,
No, like, are you looking around like you are a toy? Like there's a shoe or whatever.
probably. If it's themed, like, you're probably like Buzz and Woody running around.
I didn't
Right.
really follow that. Are you a toy looking around?
I think
Is
he
that
means,
a
like, are
shoe?
things, like,
if
life
you're,
size.
If you're like a mini version of like
Yeah.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah.
God, how old was that reference?
That's a
Yeah.
fire movie.
That is a fire movie. Okay. Elon says the first Neuralink product will enable someone with paralysis to use a smartphone with their mind faster than someone using their thumbs. And did you guys see that chimpanzee like playing video games with his brain?
Yeah.
Yeah. I truly think in 20 years we're just gonna look back at this and be like, wow, we thought that was crazy, but now it's like the norm.
Bro, I'm already doing that for like 3 years ago.
Yeah. But I've listened to interviews and basically it can cure every single brain disease.
Yeah.
That's fire.
Like, why wouldn't people do it?
Yeah. I mean, sure. All right. Netflix has made a deal with Sony to acquire streaming rights to their films starting in 2022. So I feel like Hollywood's just dead. I feel like it's
Yeah.
all just.
I wonder what it's going to look like because it'll morph. But yeah, Hollywood as we know it is certainly going to be like Leonardo. Like, what's the new movie star? You know, we've got nowadays the people that get popular off of TV shows that we love. Like, what is the new movie star like DiCaprio who can do like maybe 2 movies every 6 years and be that famous?
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. We should like, I feel like production companies are like the wave of the future. It's almost like an entrepreneurial, like, hey, if you can make a good product that people are going to watch, whether it be a miniseries, documentary, series, movie, there's money for you.
100%.
All right, let's make a movie.
Let's do it. I'm down. Social media influencer Lil Esco was shot 3 times. If you guys don't know who that is, he says like, man, I'm gonna Brennan.
It's not DJ Esco, the coolest DJ in the building, is it?
No,
it's the little kid who's like, he says, I'm finna whip this hoe.
What? That's Grant's hero.
And then also, what's the video where he's like, I don't know, he says something else funny too. But yeah, it's that kid.
Jeez. So he got shot, you said?
Yeah, he's like,
times.
yeah, but he was like live streaming from his hospital bed, so he's fine.
Damn.
Yeah.
He wakes up from coma. All right, I'm about to hop
Yeah.
on IG Live. I mean, come on.
Dude, Grant had his first day today, and he said within 5 minutes of this girl training him, she had a full blown out seizure.
What? I mean, that's not funny, but fun.
No, it's sure, right?
Dude,
And like the fire truck came and everything.
I mean, that'll shake you on your first day, I tell you what.
Oh my god.
dude, what?
I know, and he didn't tell me till like
He was
10
still
hours
shook
later.
from it.
I'm like, you're just now telling me this?
You guys are
what's his
sitting
pro-
across
I'm
each
literally
other
asking
eating
him
dinner.
right now. Dude's on hush mode now. Anyways, so this is kind of funny that Austin's Wi-Fi went out during the Prince Philip silent moment. This comedian was roasting like Prince Philip on camera, and like he like for some reason was like looking him up on his phone, and it was like the minute he died. And it's just like funny on. It's like, and his face is like, oh, like he's actually gone. Like, I don't know. It's kind of funny.
No, I mean, like, as soon as Warren Buffett keels over, you know, I'm going to have to change the intro to Court Trades. But his own.
All right. Let's see what else. Apparently there is a Friends reunion coming out, like the show Friends. I don't know if you guys were big Friends people.
So I got into it later. Are you guys friends, people? Brendan?
Oh,
Austin?
yeah.
You, Jeff?
Oh yeah,
I've never watched the entire series, but when you say reunion, you mean like
like a reunion special. I don't know. They're all
See,
cutting
I'm
a
always
check. It's
skeptical
three.
there. I'm like, how are they going to do it? Is it going to be an episode? Is it going to be like a Q&A, like with a round table with them?
I don't know.
Yeah.
And then lastly, it's been everywhere, but the whole drama with Josh Richardson and Nessa, and I personally think that it's all staged, but
Dude,
I
that
think
would be
that's,
so pathetic if that was staged.
I mean, dude, what is going on? Like, how do they, his best friend and his girlfriend that, I don't know.
I think Nessa's going through some shit mentally,
really
and Jaden's been there for her in the booth, and I think they fuck.
that was deep. I was like almost like, wow, okay. It was like you were like, oh my
Dude,
God, you totally explained it to me there.
So are you saying Josh was not there for her?
No, he was, but I think Jaden just got to her heart.
Dude, so how I see it is like picture, us or just like a group of people, age 18 to 22. We were debaucherous in high school and college. Like we had a good time. These guys have a good time. Now they have tens of millions of dollars. You don't think everyone's fucking everyone? I mean, what's going on there?
Yeah,
That's
that's a good
literally
point.
what KFC said word for word.
Yeah, I
really?
just stole it there. I'm new man.
You did, but he's right. I mean, everybody's
Dude, imagine
rich or
having
rich or
tens of
looking.
millions of dollars at 19. It'd be fucking nuts.
I've been trying on DraftKings for 5 years.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right. And then my suggestion is the Art Heist documentary on Netflix. It's about I never have heard of it, but it's pretty fucking nuts. During St. Patrick's Day in 1990 in Boston, like $500 million worth of art was just walked out with by these two dudes dressed as cops. And to this day, there's a $10 million reward for it. Dude, you should watch it, Platt. It's pretty interesting.
How long is it?
I'm probably gonna watch it.
It's 4 episodes. The
Art
first
heists are crazy, dude.
Yeah.
The world of art is like a whole underground kind of.
Oh, it's nuts.
Yeah.
And they like go into more how like people don't just steal it. Like you can't sell it. Like it's like
Right.
a bargaining chip.
Right,
It's pretty
exactly.
Yeah,
it's like if you rob a bank, you can't sell that money because it's marked.
right.
Same thing. So it's like the whole, you couldn't rob banks anymore. So it's like, how do you steal? It's like the cat capers. How do you
Yeah.
like get
It's
into
like
a museum?
It's like you like steal art so that you can commit another crime and have
Yeah.
insurance if you get caught. It's pretty
Now we'll
interesting.
just be stealing NFTs.
Yeah. The
Jack
first
Duncan.
episode's kind of slow because it's like about the history of art, but if you like history, it's interesting. But then it gets into the mob and shit. So watch it. Cool.
He's Jack Duncan, Brendan Duarte, Austin Platts. I'm Dylan Corbett. Winging It. We're back. Check us out wherever you enjoy your podcast. Subscribe, rate, leave a review if you enjoy us on Apple Podcasts. Make sure to follow us on Spotify. Check out CorbettSports.com if you need to catch up on all the episodes. You can find Winging It there on all the different platforms. Appreciate these guys' time. Appreciate your time listening. We'll talk to you next week.
Peace.